In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Good evening. This is the Seventh Day News. I'm Brian Moran.
And I'm Owen Hurley.
This is your weekly forecast. On day 2, God created an expanse to separate the waters and called it sky. On day 3, God created the dry ground and gathered the waters, calling the dry ground land, and the gathered waters seas. God also created vegetation. On day 4, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars to give light to earth and to govern and separate the day and the night. These would also serve as signs to mark seasons, days, and years. On day 5, God created every living creature on the seas and every winged bird, blessing them to multiply and fill the waters and the sky with life. On day 6, God created the animals to fill the earth. God also created man and woman, Adam and Eve, in his own image to commune with him. He blessed them and gave them every creature in the whole earth to rule over, care for, and cultivate. And on the last day, day 7, God had finished his work of creation, and so he rested on the 7th day, blessing it and making it holy.
Now let's check in our field reporter. What's happening after all those plagues last reported in Egypt, Bradley?
Hello, I'm Bradley, live at the scene. This just in, the Egyptian military is in hot pursuit of both Egyptian citizen and Hebrew slaves, who are on the run and led by a man known as Moses. It is believed that Moses and his followers are now free and on the run in the name of God. Currently, the ancient Egyptian military is only a few minutes away. Meanwhile, Moses and his followers have encountered the Red Sea, practically pinning Moses and his followers between the sea on one side and a ruthless army on the other. This just in, Moses has started to walk into the sea with a staff over his head, and the sea is starting to, what's this? It is splitting around him. The whole Red Sea has just been divided in half. Moses and his followers are now walking through the Red Sea to the other side, in which they hope to reach the so-called promised land by God. Helping just now as Moses' followers have all gone onto the dry path through the sea, it seems that the ancient Egyptian army has arrived. But just as they did, it seems that yes, indeed, a giant wall of fire has appeared, blocking the army from the path. Boy, is it getting hot in here. Guys, can we get like a fan or something? This just in, the wall of fire holding back the army has started to disappear, allowing the Egyptian army to pass. Meanwhile, Moses' followers are nearly to the other side of the sea. The Egyptian army is in full pursuit as the wall of fire has fully disappeared. Moses' followers are nearly through the sea, only a few are still making their way up the bank. But the army is nearly caught up. It may take a miracle at this point for Moses and his followers to get free. Well, folks, it looks like that miracle has come for the Hebrew nation because, believe it or not, the sea that had opened up for Moses and his followers has now started to close again on the soldiers, now that the last of Moses' followers are now clear of the sea. Well, it looks like the sea is back to normal, washing away all the soldiers as if the chase never happened. Well, this has been an eventful scene. Now back to Brian and Owen in the station.
Thanks, Bradley. Now let's hand it off to Parker for a look at the weather.
Thanks, Brian. For the next couple of weeks, the weather is going to get deadly. And all the locals are freaking out, except Noah. Here's Noah to explain why.
I'm not freaking out because God chose me to make an ark. He said that he was angry for everyone's behavior lately, and he decided he was going to flood all of them because of this. I was the only one obeying God, so that's why he spared me and my family by choosing us to build an ark to survive. Not only this, but God told me that I needed to save one pair of every animal. Everyone thought I was crazy to do all of this, but now they wish they all obeyed God.
Thanks, Noah, for that fascinating weather story. We'll be making sure to look for that rainbow. Now back to the newsroom.
Good work, Parker, and make sure you get on board that ark. Now we're sending you over to our reporter, Jacob Hurley. Hi, Jake.
Hello there, we are here at the Gatekeeper Sheep Farm. We're here to ask a few questions to different people that are here in this pen to see if they are the Good Shepherd, the Bad Shepherd, or the Gatekeeper. Won't you join me? Here we are with the Good Shepherd, and we're going to be asking a few questions to him.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Do the sheep follow you around, and do they listen to your voice?
Oh, definitely. I'm very nice to them, and so they follow me and trust me.
That's great. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Now we're here to ask a few questions to the Bad Shepherd.
Can we just get this done with?
Do the sheep respect you?
No, they don't. They run away from me.
Thank you for your time.
Alright, peace out.
Gatekeeper, what do people have to do to gain entrance to your farm?
To gain entrance to my farm, you must prove yourself and have morality.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too. So we have seen how the sheep react around the Good Shepherd and the Bad Shepherd. We have also seen how to gain entrance to the Gatekeeper's farm, and we've seen how annoying sheep are.
Good thing, Brian. One son begs for his father's inheritance early. He wastes all his wealth living very fast and living a wild life. After spending all of his father's money, he forced to sleep with the pigs. He came home begging for his father to take him back. Not only did his father welcome him home, he dressed him in fancy clothes, killed a fatted calf for him, and threw a celebration for his return. Meanwhile, the eldest son became very angry at them. He worked every day and not disobey his father. He wants answers, so we told him he'd better call Bacon.
Why did you decide to call me?
Well, my father, he welcomed back his son, my brother, but he spent all his savings, and he just wants to come back, and now he's treating like a king, and I've been working here all this time, and I'm like, I didn't get anything like that when I did good stuff, and he's rewarding him for being bad.
That must be really frustrating.
It is.
How did you feel when you walked in the door and you know that you've done all this work and you haven't been rewarded for it?
I just felt slightly neglected because I've been doing all the work, and my brother's, he's just been living the high life, and I'm just over here working with no recognition at all.
Well, I know it must have taken a lot for you to get to the point to call me. What do you hope to get out of this?
I just hope to understand why my father feels the way he does.
So you want to get answers is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want answers.
How did you feel when your father did this?
I just felt like neglected because like I've been doing all this work, all this hard work, and I've gotten no reward out of it.
No reward at all.
No, not at all.
Doesn't seem right.
It does not.
All right, well, we're going to get you some answers.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Brother called me. He feels like he's been neglected, and you came home, and now you're taking over here. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I didn't want to be taken over here. I came back to tell my father, I've been sin to God, I've been sin to everything. Treat me like one of your slaves. I didn't have anything. It was his decision. I didn't get to choose that.
How did you feel when your father took you back in?
Surprised?
Yeah, surprised. You didn't think that's the way it was going to go down?
Nope.
And how did you feel about the way your brother responded to that?
I felt like that was going to happen. I honestly did. Because when I came back, I honestly felt like he's always been doing all of the harder work. He's always been doing the harder stuff. And he's got nothing out of it. But I go away and come back and I get everything.
So you've been given something that you're telling me you don't deserve. What are you going to do to make it right?
I honestly have no idea. All people can do these days is try. So hopefully I'm able to get my brother happy again, and hopefully he will be happy for as long as I can see him.
Are you going to work on it?
I'm going to try. That's all people can do these days. Try.
Because if you don't, I'm going to come back here and ask you some more questions.
Yep.
So I've talked to both of your sons. They're very concerned, both of them. The one son says he feels like you've neglected him. What do you say to that?
I feel like he's not neglected. I don't feel like I've neglected him because he's been in my arms this whole time while his brother's been away.
And you had to make a really hard choice when your son came home. Tell me about that.
I feel like it's not. I feel like it just came from my heart. Like I feel like we've been just missing him. It's just he's been out, so we brought him back in.
You've been looking for him.
We've been looking for him. Yes.
So what was that moment like? I know you've been looking for your son. He comes home. What is that like?
I feel like it's just a life-changing moment of him showing back up.
So it wasn't something you were expecting.
No.
You'd actually been looking for him, I understand.
Yeah, we've been looking for him since he's left.
What did you think when your other son reacted the way he did? He's so angry that he decided he'd better call me.
I feel like he should have been the same and welcome him in too.
So what are you going to do to mend the fences? Because I know you want both of your sons to be happy.
We're just gonna have to get along as a family and just have to work it out together.
So he called me for answers. Is he going to get them from you?
Hopefully he will.
So I was called to help one son get answers, but when I got here, I found 3 people with a lot of questions, and now they look pretty happy. Why are you guys so happy?
Everything's just gotten back together. We've all put our disagreements aside, and now we're one big happy family.
Are you happy you called me?
Yes, I am.
You found the answers you were looking for?
Yes, thank you for those.
And it looks like you guys found some answers too. There were a lot of questions here.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of questions, and you have answers now.
Yes, we do. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm really glad that both my sons are together and we're all happy together as a family.
All right, so there you have it. We have one happy family back together. I'm Shannon Bankin.
Thank you for joining us this evening. We are the 7th Day Nudes team.
And remember, always be prepared.